'Twas a long and arduous road, but at last we reach its end. Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the ether.
He is not yet whole. I did not think him capable.
Alizé! Alizé!
I had thought it finally over. Will not survive another blast. No. Is this how I honor my promise to Grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I will, Grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have.
That reason has been with me all along, guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness. I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable.
Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
How long I have waited to hear you say that! You have found your resolve at last! Let me join my strength to yours. In this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one!
The future of Eorzea! This last task is yours, Warrior of Light. You must destroy Bahamut's crystal core.
So that's interesting. You actually go into the crystal core. Let's do this. So much more exciting, like when you actually have the story to back it up. Yeah, those dive bombs kind of freak me out because I know like you'll get knocked back and then insta-killed against the wall. This music is, it's another one of those examples. I had said it recently in while running the Tower of Paradigms, whatever it's called, the latest Yorha, and how like it has like a very kind of somber or just a very chill song playing during a battle, and it's I don't know, it's an interesting kind of mood to put the player in during a battle. But, I mean, I've done that for, I know, like, PvP and stuff. I'll play, like, more kind of chill music to kind of keep me calm and focused. Many dragons. I don't recall how many more there are. Are we there yet? Nope. Many dragons he's thrown at me. One more? One more? Two more? Okay, here we go. And of course, epic transition. Just in case. All right, let's finish this big boy. Bahamut can finally be at peace. Now the question is, are we going to actually get a cutscene after this, or we'll have to go to the inn? Okay, nice.
You did it! But one task remains. With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace.
So what was that crystal to begin with? And clearly it seemed like something sustaining him.
"'Tis done. He is truly gone." You knew, didn't you? You knew what Grandfather had become.
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility. The scene people describe of the Battle of Cartano was one of unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
And you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, however you stumbled across your theory, 'twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession, I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Pray forgive me, sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction. May I ask you a question? What do you now intend to do with the truth you have uncovered?
Which particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzea on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep inside the fate of both Grandfather and Bahamut.
Fear not, Alphino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it to be saved. That the Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough. Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Urianger must be beside himself with worry.
In spite of your presence, I must confess that there were moments when I feared the worst. But in the end you plucked us from the flames and bore us safe unto victory, just as you always have. As for Alize, I have never been more proud to call her my sister. You may view the opening cutscene for the final... No. Alize's Path. Alize would bring the tale of the 7th Umbral Calamity to a close. And here we are again, after that descent into darkness. The desolation of northern Thanalan seems paradisal. As promised, I shan't reveal the truth of the calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of Eorzea will require certain assurances that the threat of a new primal is gone. Kept in the dark over long, 'tis only a matter of time before they seek answers of their own accord. Let us recommend that the fragments of Dalamud are sealed off, that the truth may rest undisturbed. But first, we must go and report to Urianger. It would not do to keep him in suspense. I dare say we shall find him pacing up and down at the cerulean processing plant. Let us go to the cerulean processing plant and report to Urianger. It would not do to keep him in suspense. Ah, the warrior of light returneth undimmed from the depths of darkness. By thy triumphant bearing, I take it thou hast succeeded in thy mission, and yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, dear friend. Full glad am I of thy safe return, but where pray are Master Alphino and Mistress Alize? Here, my friend, forgive us our lateness. We took the scenic route. Bahamut is no more. The realm is safe. By the heavens, look at you. What horrors your young eyes must have seen. What suffering your young bodies must have borne. Pray tell me, where are you hurt? Your wounds must needs be cleansed and dressed at once. I shall make for you a poultice which draweth out. Be at ease, my friend. We are hale and whole, I assure you. We took a few tumbles, but the worst of our hurts are healed. I believe we have grandfather to thank for that. Master Louis Sois? Then you met with him once more? But wherefore should Bahamut's thrall seek to ease your suffering? I promise to reveal all to you in due course, dear friend, but first, there is a matter which requires our immediate attention. Now that Bahamut is defeated, we deem it best to bar entry to all of the fragments of Dalamud. To this end, we will convince the nation's leaders that the danger is past and invite their cooperation, ensuring that the fragments are never again disturbed. Come, let us depart and seek our audience with them forthwith. A moment, sister. You need not burden yourself with this task. Urianger and I will more than suffice. Might you not take this opportunity to rest? The gods know you have earned it. But I am fine, brother. Besides, you have been through as much as I have. Oh, I see now. You would play your game of diplomacy and wish me out of the way. No, Naught could be further from the truth, Alize. My lady, 'tis mine earnest belief that your brother hath your best interests at heart. You have more than done your part, and we desireth but to relieve you of a burden he might easily bear alone. I have some experience treating with dignitaries, you must allow, and as you never fail to remind me of my fondness for diplomacy, I feel it only right that I remind you of your aversion to it. Then it is settled. Urianger, pray make arrangements for a chocobo carriage. The ride should give us ample time to prepare our story. Alphino. Though our paths are different, we share the same goal, do we not? But of course, dear sister, that which we have just achieved together stands as testament to that fact. Whatever path we choose to take, our heart shall ever lead us to the same end. Of that I am certain. Thank you. There is a place that I would visit. May I ask you to accompany me? But first, I do believe a change of garments is in order. It won't take a moment. The landscape is the same. Of course, there is no reason that it would be otherwise. Though it would be poetic for the fragments to magically disappear, I am well aware that they shall remain long after you and I are gone. The world may change irrevocably, but life shall ever go on. Let us take a closer look, shall we? I have no doubt that Alphino will do an admirable job concealing the truth of the calamity. And such truths as were revealed in those dark depths will never see the light of day. I myself agreed that it must be so. But the thought that the people of Eorzea shall forever remain ignorant of their Savior, of your deeds, the injustice of it is almost too much for me to bear. How typical of you, Lavenza, ever the heroine. Even so, I cannot deny that I feel better for your reassurance. Yeah, not in it for the glory. But I want you to know that I will never forget. You're the one who freed Grandfather's soul and saved Eorzea from Bahamut's wrath. And though these great deeds will never be remembered in song, their consequences will be felt forevermore by every soul who calls this realm home. Yes, this spot will do. For Grandfather, Nail, and the dragons of Mericidia, for all those who were taken by the calamity. At long last, our struggle with Bahamut is over. The realm, given new life through the prayers and sacrifices of countless souls, may look to a brighter tomorrow. When the dust of our adventure has settled, I shall embark on a journey. I mean to find my own reason to fight for Eorzea. And when I do, I will fight with all my being. You have done so much for me, Lavenza. One day, I hope to be able to repay you in kind. I have no doubt but that you will continue to help those in need and grow ever stronger in so doing. I shall endeavor to do the same, and if the 12 are kind, I hope one day to become Eorzea's sword in the darkness, as you are. Come what may, you may rest assured that I will not be outdone by Alphino. Ever the stubborn one. When next we meet, I promise that I will not disappoint you, and you do not. Till that day, fare you well, my friend, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, well, just to give my quick impressions of everything, like I said, like I'd done the fights ages ago, and I don't think I ever sat through like really any of the cutscenes. Again, it was, just skipping through it so I could catch up to friends or whatever to do it. Not something I normally like to do, but this was way back when. Yeah, because most of those cutscenes I didn't recognize at all. But yeah, it was a great story. Like I know I've heard people talk about it and how good of a story it actually had. And I don't know why it took me so long to check out. It was just always something like I intended to do, but just ended up getting caught up in something else. But yeah, I mean, it feels like a really good, like kind of like it is the true ending to A Realm Reborn, just because of obviously A Realm Reborn being what it is in kind of, for the sake of Phoenix of it all or whatever's, kind of a Phoenix of its own to 1.0 and kind of being the capstone to that whole story. I was trying to hold on to some stuff to talk about during this part, and hopefully I get to it all. Like, I know one of the things I wanted to talk about was how it's kind of, this story is an interesting, almost kind of lead in or whatever to Heavensward, obviously because of the talk of the dragons and what happened to them, and the warring between man and dragon, and obviously going all the way back to the Alligans and the horrible things they did. I mean, it actually makes Bahamut a sympathetic figure or whatever. And I mean, obviously, like we've gone into stuff with Tiamat later, and the whole idea that this was just a primal of Bahamut and not the true Bahamut. I mean, Bahamut himself originally didn't even look like this Bahamut. This was just whatever interpretation at the time of summoning. I mean, obviously, it was a beautiful story in kind of almost kind of like a start to Alphino and Alize, particularly Alize, but like they were still kind of becoming who they would be, and this is kind of the real kind of start to that or whatever. Like they were still just incomplete or whatever. And not to say that they're necessarily complete now. I mean, they're still young, they're still growing, but like you know, they were just on this mission to kind of complete what Louis Soir had started, and now they have, and so they can kind of become themselves, really. And just that closure, you know, between them and their grandfather, that obviously they looked up to so much, was just great. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I missed some stuff I wanted to talk about, but I mean, when it comes down to it, it was just a great story. I'm so glad I did this. It was a long time coming. Yeah, just I can't really say any more than I really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching these Binding Coil videos. I've had such a great time going through them, having, I don't think ever actually have watched the cutscenes before. So this has been really great. I mean, it really is a great story. I've heard it tons of times. Don't know why it took me so long to watch it now. Um, but yeah, it's been great. And if you have enjoyed it as well, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come join me live. I'm about to start the uh, patch content for A Realm Reborn. I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. So please come and join me. The link to my Twitch is down below. Again, thank you all, and have a good one.